I rise, Mr. President, for the last time today, but it's for a very important reason. To explain my vote with regards to my legislation that was inspired by the tragic loss of Gabby Petito and other victims of domestic violence whose lives would have been saved by providing law enforcement with a very important tool that was designed to help them to identify victims who are most at risk for intimate partner homicide. Lethality assessments save lives by enabling law enforcement to identify victims at high risk of serious injury or, unfortunately, death by their intimate partners. In addition to providing a life-saving tool to law enforcement statewide, the legislation ensures that victims are empowered with resources to stay safe and to help lessen the danger of their health and safety. By focusing on prevention, we can save the lives of victims before it's too late. This legislation seeks to reduce these statistics, and I'll share a couple right now. According to a report in 2021 of the estimated 4,970 female victims of murder and non-negligent manslaughter in 2021, data reported by law enforcement agencies indicate that 1/3, or 34%, were killed by an intimate partner. By comparison, about 6% of the 17,970 males murdered that year were victims of intimate partner homicide. This legislation seeks to reduce these statistics, but also by supporting our law enforcement officers as they respond to these calls. The information that they collect is included in a tool that they currently use, which is called a domestic incident report, and it includes information about the victim, the alleged offender, and the details of the incident. The officer, when responding, will also provide victims with numbers to local, on-the-ground resources and agency supports with regards to addressing domestic violence. Based on the assessment, the officer may also file for an extreme risk protection order if there is credible information suggesting a likelihood of serious harm. There are other states who have passed this legislation. Maryland was one of the first states in 2005 to establish a statewide lethality assessment. Florida and Utah have also established this as a tool, and it is my hope that our body, and most certainly in the Assembly, and I want to thank my Assembly sponsor, Assemblymember Clark, for advancing this legislation in the Assembly. I proudly vote aye, and I encourage my colleagues to do the same. And I want to thank our Senate Majority Leader for continuing to lead on important issues like this in our body. Thank you.